ECA is an educational and informational source, but it's also a source for finding action, particular things you can do, whether that is letter writing campaigns, whether that is reaching out to our elected officials. It offers opportunities to collaborate with other environmental groups. So a lot of it is action oriented. And I think that's what people want to do. They want an outlet for their concerns. We try to make sure our members know what's happening, good and bad. And I also think we try to make sure that they have the skills to know how to communicate, to be informed, and those kinds of things, to be climate crusaders. The most satisfaction I've received from Elders Climate Action is really on a personal level. It's the people I've met and how much they care, how accomplished they are, the ideas that they have for making elders welcome to what we're trying to accomplish, and to letting younger groups know, interdenominational groups know, interracial groups know that we're with them. We're trying to do the same thing. We're trying to row in the same direction.
Yes, but the thing that really sparked me in the beginning was somebody used the term they wanted to refire elders, not retire. And that really spoke to me right away, like, absolutely, I don't want to retire. I want to work until I'm all used up. So one of the questions that we always talk about is, what does it mean to be an activist? What kind of actions can we really take? And my personal feeling is we don't have to march in the street necessarily, but there's a lot we can do in terms of letter writing, and I still have relationships with a lot of young adults, and they want to talk about the future and what does it mean to be a good listener, and how can I engage with the other, the person with whom I disagree, because I've been engaged in a lot of dialogue activities over the years. And then I also think it's important that we're willing to support and work with our local community and support other organizations. It's not like we think we have to do the whole thing. We are cooperating with other groups who have been working on certain issues for a long time. So I like Elders Action Network because we are looking at the biggest picture. We're trying to respond to the signs of the time, to be very current, and I think that's an important way to work.
Why I joined Elders Climate Action is because it has an existing network, so that by joining, you're already part of a group that's been working very hard on these issues. So you can become part of a team. And that helps you realize that you're making a difference just by joining, and that the infrastructure of the organization is in place to learn from other chapters or learn from other groups within EAN and ECA, so that we can make a difference faster. You know, we're all volunteers, and we all want to try to make a difference. And whether we talk to one person or 100 people, they're going to take some of those nuggets that you're sharing with them, and they're going to stick, and then they're going to tell other people about them. So it's just very rewarding to be doing that and knowing that it's making a difference.
One, I've gotten to know people from around the country who are in ECA's leadership, and I know them like better than my next door neighbors. We meet by Zoom calls, we have meetings, we plan things together, and then seeing other people coming together to try to address climate change, whether it's communications or education or specific policy actions, you really feel that there's hope. And then feeling that you're participating in that, you even feel there's more hope. The more of us who are out there doing this, whether it's standing on the street with signs, or putting something in our front yard, or showing up on webinars and meetings, or in our church communities. I think we can have real impact. We won't know what our legacy is. But if we don't do something to create one, there won't be one.
An elder activist has the opportunity to reflect on their own life, what they've done before, what they wish they could have done differently, especially if they are willing to learn. And for me, that's the key part of being involved in EAN, is that I think I've been a lifelong learner, and I'm looking for other lifelong learners, people who are willing to continue discovering new ways of doing things, new ways of being, that they have not necessarily had a chance to do, practice, apply in their life before.
Well, if you hear it, it's Elder Action Network. So I think part of it is, what does it mean to be an elder? And then to have a group of people coming together to explore that on a regular basis. Because you and I know, it isn't something that like, oh, okay, I figured that out, that's it. No, being an elder is being invented all the time, I think. So for me, it's got to do with having really straight conversations, noticing. I'll give you an example for me. This last year and a half, with all of the upheaval and all of the upset and all of the things going on with the Black Lives Matter, with Indigenous Indians, what was going on politically, I felt so safe that I could cry. I could sob, I could cry, and I could also be really angry. And I had people who were really willing to listen and be with me and not make me wrong, and not tell me that somehow or other I should go take some kind of drug, or not kind of make me like somehow there's something wrong with me, but to really be with me as an elder, that no, these are real live human being experiences. And to have that safety within the Elder Action Network, I thought was, it's just extraordinary, because I can do it with one person, or there's groups of us now who can come together and really talk about things that matter a great deal to us. And it's a place where elders can come and really learn, how do they grow, how do they expand, how do they take what's already there and then begin to move it in such a way that they make the difference that they really want to make as an elder.
Our group is working on social issues that are many. One of them is the way that the young people are being treated down at the border and the detention facilities. Another one is the prison industrial complex, trying to get rid of private prisons, which we've been able to get some letters to the editor published, and we've been fortunate to have some successes there. There are so many things and options and possibilities and opportunities for seniors. One thing that can be done is to call your local representatives, get to know your city council members. In my town, the city council members list their cell phones. So I said, no, they don't. But I tried, yes. And I called all 5 of them on their cell phones, and they answered. And I had a conversation. Don't be afraid to call on your local elected officials. Call your congressional representatives, call your senators, urge them to action, write, email, show up to meetings. So there's so many things you can do. You can contribute, you can mentor, you can show support. And one of the things we do, we just walk door to door sometimes with our neighbors, just checking in. Seniors do face different kinds of issues than the rest of the world. And Elders Action Network and the circles that we belong to are a place where we can talk about that and be friends and just be generally hopeful for the planet. So if you're on the fence, come on in. We'll welcome you with open arms, and there's a place for everybody and something for everyone.
I especially like that this group is so optimistic. It has a real can-do spirit that is contagious. It's also got a multi-pronged approach to our problems and realizes that we can't cure climate change in a vacuum. So we have groups that are also addressing other problems: government corruption, voter suppression, systemic racism, all the various niches, working separately and then coming together when there's a common project that we need to support each other on. I love that we're inclusionary, we collaborate with other groups, and I especially love that we're trying to focus on the youth, because they're the real hope for our future. I am so happy to have found this group. It's been a personal godsend to me for my emotional and spiritual health to have such a positive group to be a part of. And I can't wait to see what we're going to do next.